Hello guys and welcome once again to this channel. If you have been here and if you haven't, it is so very sweet of you to pass by. Today's video is going to be the final episode in my very short summer series based on Dollar Tree travel essential items. So if you haven't seen the other ones, make sure you check them out. I made a passport cover, some luggage tags, a summer bag, and something that I cannot remember right now, but I'm sure you'll see it. And today I made this beautiful summer beach bag and I am so obsessed with how it turned out. I'm honestly so impressed with myself. So if you want to see how I made this, then just keep on watching. Okay, let's get into this video. The items that you'll need to make this beautiful beach bag is 2 of these nautical looking rugs, scissors, some burlap ribbon or rope ribbon you could use as well. I think that would work out even better. Some needle and thread, and then this satin pillowcase or any other pillowcase because it's going to be just like the lining of the bag. The very first thing I'm going to do is open up my pillowcase, extend it, and then put the mat or the rug right on top of that pillowcase so I can measure and trace out the exact same size of the bag because again, this is going to be the lining of the bag, so they need to be the same size. I'm going to take advantage of the already stitching of the pillowcase on one of the sides and then the bottom, and then I'm going to cut around the other side and then the top because I need the top to be open and the side is too long, so I need to cut it down and then sew that side so that it is the side of the bag and it's going to be stitched and closed, if that makes any sense. I'm going to go ahead and cut around that tracing that I did, which wasn't perfect. It does not have to be perfect. You just kind of have to estimate the size. It does not have to be completely straight because it's going to be the lining and it's going to be sewn in, so you won't see it if it's not like super straight or anything like that. Once I measured and cut my pillowcase, I'm going to turn it inside out and have the shiny side be inside because I'm going to stitch around the pillowcase, and then I want the stitching to be on the inside as is the rest of the stitching on the pillowcase. I am of course stitching by hand, which is a little time consuming, but if you're not comfortable with this, then you may want to use like a machine, or they even have like hand machines now, which is super cool, and I think I want to get one of those. But right now I'm just hand stitching to the best of my ability. I am not an expert, but you just do whatever works out best for you. Once that entire side has been stitched, I'm going to go ahead and attach the handles of the bag, which are going to be made of this burlap ribbon. Like I mentioned before, if you got some nautical rope, I think that would work out even better, or any other type of ribbon or handle that you may want to use. This is just what I had on hand, and I thought that since it was going to be like a nautical type of looking bag with the navy and the white stripes, I thought that the color of the ribbon, of the burlap ribbon, would kind of go well with it, and I think I like it. But you again just do whatever it is that you like. I think if you add like a red ribbon, that would actually be pretty cool too, but I didn't want to put like too much color into my personal bag. So all I'm doing here is sewing the handles onto the bag, and I did do some double stitching to make sure that the handles are super secure. So now I'm going to go ahead and attach my mat to the bag or fabric if you choose to do it that way. And the way that I'm doing this is just literally stitching from the mat to the lining, and then once I go over the handles, I'm going to stitch over that as well. And I'm here just showing you a close-up of what that looks like. As you can see, my stitching is not perfect like at all, but because of the fabric and the way that it was made, this blended in so perfectly and I didn't have to worry about it being perfect. But again, if you have a machine, then that would just be perfection. And this is what the top of the bag looks like once the rug or the mats or the fabric has been attached. I am so impressed with how this looks. And now I'm going to move on and sew the sides and the bottom. The bottom was super easy, but the sides are a little tricky because there is like a stitching right before the fraying of the fabric starts happening. It's just like the style of the mats that they made, I guess. But since this has fraying and there's a stitching, I am trying to stay inside the stitching because I think that if I stitch outside, then the threading would eventually end up like coming out and the bag would just fall apart. So if you do use these exact same mats, then just make sure that you stay inside the stitching so that everything stays in place. And by the way, when I did the stitching in the top of the bag, I sewed through the rug or the mat all the way to the lining. When I do the sides and the bottom, I'm not touching the lining at all because if I ever have to clean this bag, then I want to be able to pull out the lining and just like shake off any dirt or anything like that. So I am not attaching the lining to the sides or the bottom, just the top. And once I'm done with all that stitching, my bag is completely done. This is what the bag looks like inside. I am honestly so impressed, and I know that I've already said that like 2 or 3 times, but this bag turned out so nice, and it's such a nice size. It fits so much, as you can see right here, where I'm putting like a towel and a bunch of hair and body products for the beach. These are the things that like I usually pack, besides like keys and wallets and things like that. But this is what the end looks like. I love it so much, and I hope that you guys enjoy this bag and that you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up. I appreciate it. It helps me and it helps my channel, and I hope that you subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely Sunday. Bye.